Green screens are a massive part of the film and media industry as they allow post-editing with ease. Green screens allow the change of the background and allow editors to add in more effects. However, since the pandemic, a brand new method has been implemented. So stay tuned to today's video as we discuss how virtual production is helping actors say goodbye to the green screen. What is virtual production? Virtual production is a new method of video creating data that started up during the pandemic. Though it was created as a replacement for green screens, it's definitely here to stay. In today's video, we're going to take a deep dive into the new tools and learn how studios are creating new and immersive experiences with virtual production. Virtual production combines physical and virtual elements using a bunch of software tools. Studios can now film on a stage and view virtual graphics together in real time, rather than using a green screen. Changing the location is a simple swapping out of the background. Actors, directors, and other stakeholders can see the film's assets and instantly make changes on the fly. Virtual production allows visual effects to no longer be locked just behind post-production, as they are now worked into and iterated throughout pre-production. This is known as pre-post-production. There was an old mantra during filmmaking, which is why people would say, fix it in post. But now that's moving into fix it in pre, as there are a lot more things you can do before filming even begins. There are a lot of advantages for studios to change to virtual production and capitalize on its assets. Virtual production advantages: the remote revolution. The recent push for visual production is partly due to the pandemic, but many have realized that virtual production is much more important than the old-fashioned green screen. The sudden shift to remote work meant they now need to come up with brand new ways of getting work done fast. It required teams to work with the new tools and adjust to their creative workflows and pipelines. Virtual production is more than just connecting virtually, as it has created several advantages that allow studios to create bigger and better projects while delivering high-quality results through an innovative process. Virtual production now allows studios to save time and money, as virtual scouting can eliminate travel time and more additional expenses that come with it. Making creative decisions and revisions earlier on in the process allows the right decisions to be made while the actors are on the set and doing their work. This eventually leads to a smoother and cleaner process. Virtual production also allows creative people to develop their vision much earlier in the filmmaking process. This then opens room for exploration by creating visual shots and environments before anyone even steps foot on a set. They can create their vision early on, and this allows studios to bring people together and create something truly phenomenal. In the past, filmmaking hasn't really been completed until the audience saw the CGI graphics and the reread storylines in post. But with virtual production, everyone can have a much more complete understanding of what the film is going to look like from previous to post-production. Virtual cameras and green screen light composition allow a window to be created into the virtual world, so contributors can see exactly what the film is going to look like. LED walls allow filmmakers to see what the set looks like both through their eyes and in camera. Using a virtual production style also allows teams the transition from one scene to the next without interrupting a shot. All of this is happening in one location because digital assets can be changed quickly, allowing filmmakers to shoot several scenes with the same actor in quick succession. Also, with a virtual location, filmmakers have full control over the weather, time of day, lighting, object position, and much more. These conditions can then be recreated at any time and are immediately available whenever they are needed. There's a huge library of assets that virtual production users can pick from. They can be quickly customized to meet the needs of any type of production without having to build any of them from scratch. The myriad of virtual assets is stored electronically, reducing the cost of physical storage, labor, and transportation. Finally, virtual content cannot be created by decentralized teams around the globe without any delays. But now, filmmakers can build up their teams of creatives from around the world, no matter where they are located. The possibilities with this are increasing, as well as widening creativity without increasing the cost of production. Now the question appears: how do you build a virtual production studio? The biggest issue right now with virtual production is the transition period between traditional methods and this brand new future-proof one. Transitioning to a virtual production workflow requires a different way of thinking about the entire production process of creating a film or television series. It is much less linear and involves new tools. There is a lot of interactivity and flexibility with the virtual worlds as they combine virtual content earlier on in the production process. It's always been a post-production thing to include CGI and set changes, but virtual production allows you to do it on the fly and whilst filming a scene. Some of the latest projects that you will have seen use virtual production are things like The Lion King, Ripple Effect, and of course The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian is definitely the biggest example of this, as they wholly use virtual production to create all scenes in the series. Now we're going to cover what virtual VFX studios need for a virtual production pipeline. Cloud data management is definitely key to virtual production, as it needs to be smooth for the pipelines to carry on. People are working with lots of large files, so they need instant access to them. Moving them into the cloud will allow more people to collaborate wherever they are located, as anyone can access them. Another method is moving to a hybrid or cloud model, as it helps teams access the virtual production assets they need quickly and efficiently. There are many cloud data centers around the world, as they are available everywhere and can be quickly spun up based on where a team is located. They get lower latency and faster throughput, so this avoids the WAN wait that can quickly delay your film process. You can also give different people different positions and permissions that go alongside with them. This allows certain people to be able to be accessing certain things on the project. Then we have digital asset management. The cloud may help you access files, but you'd need a way today to manage things. You need to be able to manage everything, and pulling everything into a game engine is the easiest way. The days of putting our files into a Dropbox or carrying around a physical hard drive are gone, as they just weren't sustainable enough. The biggest issue is that they also weren't as fast. There are many theater management solutions out there, but one of the biggest examples is the fifth kind, as it helps businesses secure assets and collaborate much easier. Finally, what virtual production means for the future. Virtual production is definitely the future, as it completely changes up the days of pre-production and post-production. It creates this idea of a pre- and post-production, as the software propels the industry into a brand new phase of development. Virtual production software is necessary to allow these innovations to coincide with one another. It could all happen if more people start using this system. We know how useful this is for making things like television, as The Mandalorian is wholeheartedly built on virtual production. Everything they did was built in one space and allowed the backgrounds to be changed on the fly. Rather than having a green screen and adding things in during post-production, they were able to allow the actor to change the location on set to create scene after scene. This created a more efficient production cycle for the Mandalorian team, as actors could be in for a set amount of time and film as many scenes as possible. Rather than going from location to location or adding things in post-production, the actors could work with the space given and know exactly what this is going to look like when it hits the screens of fans. It's not going to be a quick change either, as all of the audio files, video files, code, and binary files needed in a virtual production are immense. Your team needs to have lightning-fast performance, and there are many ways to get around that. There are many different methods of virtual production, but finding the right one for you will be a lifesaver down the line. This is how virtual production is helping actors say goodbye to the green screen, as there is just no need for anymore. It's becoming such a barbarian way of creating films, as virtual production allows you to create everything at the moment. And that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed this latest video. If you did, would you please let us know down in the comments section below? It would be very helpful. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, and of course, subscribe to the channel with the notification bell rung. Thank you for watching today's video. Bye.